And good morning, friends and fellow travelers. It's Brandon, and Ash is with me today. Maybe Shar and Winston are in the back. We're off on another adventure today. The clouds look a little ominous in front of us, but we are heading down to Mankato, Minnesota, to explore Minneopa State Park, and the Mankato area. So we'll see what's down there. Minneopa State Park, or Minneopa State Park, is a pretty cool adventure destination that I'm hoping you guys will love. I know we're going to. But we're on the move. We got up early. It's only going to be 76 today here. So we're looking forward to this adventure. Coming around the bend in one of the small towns that we go through leaving our house. Here is Willow River State Park up here. We've stopped a couple times at Willow River. We've done some videos. We've seen the waterfalls. But you guys can see the clouds are it's a little overcast today, but there's some blue poking through, and they're not calling for any rain, so we'll see exactly what the day turns out to be, but only 76 where we're going, so that's a welcome change from the 90s that we've had. A little cloudy. On the road, we gotta take a quick stop at Walmart, and we will be on our way to southern Minnesota. As I sit here at Walmart, waiting for Ash to come back with the diapers that we're on a diaper run for, I want to talk about our buddy Mike over at Mike's Adventure Sparks. We had a great visit with Mike here in Hudson. We're in Hudson currently. We met him in Stillwater, and we walked around downtown and did a live stream and went across the bridge. But Mike sent us some magnets and some stickers. So we got some stickers here. I should say he brought us some. We've got the round ones. We'll hear Charlotte's toy in the background. A small little magnet. And another fridge magnet, which Ash loves and I love, and a larger one. So as we sit here in the Walmart parking lot, waiting for Ash to get done with her diaper run in Hudson, we'll be off on our adventure. It's the only stop we have to make today. But we say thank you to Mike for coming to see us. We'll be heading his way again soon for another meetup. And maybe we'll make a long form video together for you guys. And crossing the St. Croix River that we visit so often over in Hudson, and you guys can see this fantastic construction project they have going on the bridge. Try to get you a little bit of a view down the river. But they have this bridge repair effort going on, and this goes all the way. This shot will go all the way up towards Stillwater, where in the distance you can see the bridge. So we spend a lot of time here visiting Hudson, and where the boys live with their father when they're with them. And so Hudson's very familiar to us, and we walk out to that beach quite often there along the pier. So now we're in Minnesota by the Stillwater exit, and we are slowly going to make our way south. Driving down here in southern Minnesota is the Minnesota's largest candy store, kind of in Jordan, Minnesota, close to Belle Plaine. Look how big that place is. That's a candy shop. They have other stuff in there as well, but it's a roadside attraction right off of Minnesota 169, or I should say US 169 here in Minnesota. We're about 45 minutes from our destination. You can see we're getting into a more plain-like area. Driving southbound. Took us a while to get out of the Twin Cities metro area, but we're starting to get close now, friends, so looking forward to this destination today. We're now now in the Minnesota River Valley Scenic Byway is what we're traveling on now through LeSueur. The Minnesota River is pretty scenic. We haven't spent a lot of time in this area. If there's a glare, we're sorry that the window is a little messy, but that's all right. It's a pretty area. There's hills along the sides of the highway over near the road, and river views as we get closer and closer to our destination. The red road from the material that they carve it from. You see some of that up on the North Shore as well, past Duluth. The closer you get to Grand Marais, there's more and more of that. But Nicolet County, and we are, let's see, 23 miles from Mankato, so we are getting closer to where we're heading for the day. And there it is, friends, Minneopa State Park. The sign with the prairie in the background. We're rolling up. Let's see, we're down here in Mankato. All vehicles require a permit, so I gotta go pay for a permit real quick. I will be right back. So here we are, friends, at the information. I just paid the $7 daily fee for the vehicle permit, $35 for the year-round one as well. Here's some information about Minneopa State Park. The main things that people do: view the waterfalls by taking a short walk from the parking lot to the upper waterfalls, less than 1 hour. Walk along the Bison Range to reach Seppmann Mill, a historic structure completed in 1864. Drive the scenic road through the Minnesota Bison Conservation Herd and hike the Minnesota River Bluff Trail to discover stunning views of the Minnesota River Valley. So, information here, the map. And we are on the other side of the road, so we're closest to the bison herd. So let's take a quick look around and then we'll get underway here. Lots of hues of wildflowers out there. Got our first view here at Minneopa. Lots of pretty wildflowers.
Segments of the bison herd be present to make that happen.
Tuned to 16:10 a.m. for bison and park information.
Both the National Bison Association and the Minnesota Buffalo Association, along with Minneopa State and Regional Association.
Bison Drive to the left.
A code of ethics.
Seppmann Mill, trail parking, group camp, dump station. Minnesota Bison Conservation Herd. Bison are dangerous. Stay in your vehicle. Unlawful to exit vehicle and disturb the bison. Beautiful wildflowers out. Bison Drive gates close at 8:30 p.m. Must exit by closing time. .10-mile-an-hour speed limit on this road. And then you are able to stop and walk at the Seppmann Mill Trail, which is my first goal. I guess my second goal, because we're already on the Bison Drive looking for bison. Just a gravel road through this part of the park. Lots of beautiful purple and yellow wildflowers. It's a beautiful day out here in southern Minnesota. It's in the 70s. But we have not seen any bison to this time yet. There's a nice breeze today. That is very calm out here right now. glad we got to come here in July because we could see all the pretty wildflowers that Ash really wanted to see. The main four things of this park are this Bison Drive, as we saw, the Seppmann Mill Trail, hiking the Minnesota Valley Trail, and the waterfalls area. So 4 big things that people do when they come to Minneopa State Park. Keep your eyes out, friends. We'll see if we can see the bison herd out grazing today. It's peaceful though. It's an area we haven't spent a whole lot of time here in southern Minnesota. I did some exploring out west when I went to Pipestone National Monument, but southern Minnesota is kind of an unknown landscape for us. Lots of wildflowers. And we should be coming up to the Seppmann Mill Trail soon. People going back the other direction. There is the Seppmann Mill way up there. Way up on the hill over there. We'll see what we find, friends. Anything pops up, I'll let you know. A little change in the composition now as we're going uphill through some trees. Should be able to get out of the car up here. Some mullein over there. For our great friend Bob, who always recommends it to us.
Driving down the middle of the road, buddy.
Somebody driving down the middle of the road, basically not letting us have any room to drive. I mean, it is a narrow road, so. And we should be able to park up here somewhere. It says keep right. Lots of beautiful flowers out. And there's the old Seppmann Mill. I'll at Ash Park and we'll get out and explore. I'm sure Charlotte will have to eat first though. Alright, let's go for a walk. We're out of the car near the old Seppmann Mill that you can see right up here. There's Ash and Charlotte. I've got Winston with me and he is pulling like crazy because he probably smells the bison. And this is also the turnaround for the Bison Road. It's not a very long road, it's like 2 miles. There's parking on the other side as well. We're among the wildflowers today. Winston's mad because Ash is walking ahead. But we'll come over here and see what we've got. Look at those wildflowers, friends. Absolutely beautiful. Especially at this time of the year in July. To be at a prairie park like this. Many superheroes talking about our pollinators again. As you guys have seen, they have these at multiple Minnesota State Parks talking about the pollinators. And there is the old Seppmann Mill. We're going to walk this trail, Seppmann Mill Trail, and it shows views of the prairie below. So we'll see just how commanding those views are. Walking right up to the mill now. There's an illustrative sign up here. Let's see what that says. Seppmann Mill. Seppmann windmill produced flour until it fell victim to natural disasters and new milling technology. Louis Seppmann, a stonemason by trade, began construction of this mill in 1862. 2 years later, it was operational in 1864. Wow. Stop there if you guys are more interested in reading all that information. You can see just how tall this is at full scale. It's, pretty far up. Taking Charlotte around, there's an older building right here next to it, presumably where they stored the grains. A picnic table you can have your picnic lunch at. And then this rocky trail goes right over here to where there are commanding views of the prairie. How could you go wrong with so many wildflowers in the area as well? And this is the Bison Prairie down below. I don't know how well you guys can see from this angle, but we're walking in here. This overlook. And you can actually walk down there among the Bison Prairie. We did, when we were off camera, see that the bison were pretty much in their enclosure. It's not closed in, but it's probably where they sleep. That's where they were. Prairie here. Invasives control. And you can still see some haze that's left from the wildfires that we've had. But as you guys saw, it wasn't a very far walk at all from the Seppmann mill to right here. I mean, it was just steps away to this beautiful natural prairie below us. Protect what's left. People pushed bison in the prairie to near extinction. Less than 1% of 18 million acres. Each bison needs at least 5.5 acres of grassland to survive. Some more information there. We'll check out the prairie down here. The turning point. Archaeology reveals the past in layers of soil here at Minneopa. The artifacts below suggest that people hunted bison for thousands of years, yet a recent turn of events removed these massive herds from daily life. People slaughtered millions of bison for profit, hides, and sport. Wild bison gone from Minnesota. Stone points suggest hunters used bow and arrows. Pottery pieces offer clues that families cooked and camped here, and 6,000 to 4,000 years ago, this stone point shows people may have hunted bison here with darts or spears. Really cool to learn the history of some of these areas, and I mean, it's beautifully well maintained prairie by the Minnesota Park Service, Minnesota Department of Conservation. And it looks like this way we're going to walk directly towards the Bison Prairie. As the trail goes through, you can see kind of where the trail winds down there. It'd be nice to see the bison out and about in the prairie while we were walking to get that capture for you. But like I said, it looks like they were in there. What a breeze today. There's a fork in the road. Ash wants to go this way. Got some oranges over here. some purples. Not sure. And untainted prairie. It's a cool orange color. Lots of beautiful wildflowers to gander at today as we walk in the prairie. Lots to see here though at the state park. Lots of pretty purples. For those of our friends that love the wildflowers like CL and Miss Ruby. Wildflowers are poking up here today on a July day in southern Minnesota. They have the fence up, so even if the bison were out, you could walk along. And there weren't that many that we saw in the enclosed. It's not enclosed, but in the area where they, I'm guessing, are fed. So there's got to be some spread out somewhere along this area. I just can't get over all these colors and flowers, and this one's cool too. We're moving on soon to the waterfall area in the Mississippi River or Minnesota River Valley area, but so many vast colors and prairie protected by the state park. It really is a great thing. Winston's happy to be out on the trail too. Winnie. Hi. Hi, buddy. Ash said she's gonna have a collection of flowers to upload to the video and upload to Instagram. Lots of cool flowers out here. We still have the waterfall area to go. Wow. And the Minnesota River Valley area. It's a cool park. We'll have to stop in Mankato when we're done here. So I'll see what that looks like and share it with you, since we're going to be there anyway trying to get some food to eat. But a lot of just well-protected prairie here in this park. This is on one side of the road also with the camp, right on Minnesota 68. And then on the other side of the road is the information/waterfalls area. But basically right across the street from each other on different sides of the road. We'll continue on. If we see any bison out, we'll let you know. There, friends, is the Seppmann mill up on the hill. We had to walk down a few steps to where you guys saw that fork in the trail down here. Pretty cool up on the hill there. You guys can see kind of what our view is. Historical and well-preserved area of the Minnesota Prairie. One of the state parks we haven't been to in this state. And so far we're really liking it, especially being here in wildflower season. Friends, we're back to the car and we're gonna head over to the waterfall area in Minnesota Valley area. Lots to see here. What a peaceful walk that was through that canyon, don't you agree?
Oh yeah.
There were so many wildflowers. I just felt so at peace. We didn't see the bison out and about, but you know, that's okay. There is the mill among the flowers once again. what a peaceful walk. We really enjoyed it. And now we're gonna go back through the prairie again as we came and see if we do see the bison before we head on to the waterfalls. This park is very scenic and peaceful, and I'm very happy that we picked July to come here because we got to see all of the different colors and waterfalls. And we'll attach some of those pictures, Ash, of these wildflowers for you that you couldn't see so well from this camera. So we have to go back on this sketchy one-lane road almost, but there is two-way traffic that goes this way. The bison were over in their corral, which, as the sign suggests, is open all the time. The bison can come and go as they want. However, they were laying down in their corral when we came by the first time. So somebody lives just over to the left of where we are. That would be pretty interesting to be right next to this prairie and the bison habitat. I'm sure they frequent all over the prairie, would be my guess. To the right. And back out to the prairie we go. Somebody appears to be parked out here. The bison were over to our left. I don't know if they come out of their habitat. It doesn't really look like it. Yeah, there's a lot of bison over in the habitat. But friends, looking out this direction to the prairie, sure is magnificent. I like that they've made it so natural. Feels very natural and well kept. Signs galore to say stay in your vehicle, because in this area the bison can walk right up to your car. But where we were walking there was a very large fence. So we'll be off to the waterfalls in the Minnesota Valley area and just see what we can find over that way. We'll see you again soon. So friends, here we are on the other side of the road at the falls area. Some restrooms up there if you need them. Both outhouse style and indoor restrooms that are open during peak season. Minnesota State Parks. Explore Minnesota's Prairie at Minneopa State Park, Seppmann Mill, and they have bergamot. So that's what that was bergamot that we were looking at. Ash has a couple pictures of that she took today. Paved trail so far. I just want to make sure it doesn't say anything else on this side. Minneopa Creek is a reflection of its watershed. Nothing on this side. Suggested biking routes. All right. Off we go. We'll continue down the trail and see exactly what we have here. So we're walking along. There are plenty of places to sit down and have a picnic, as Ash and I always say we're going to do, but never actually do. And then there's a huge pavilion to sit at as well. It's windy here, but you can also hear the water flowing. I'm curious to see what this terrain is up here. So Winston decides he wants to go under the stroller with the collar. This is a spot that a lot of people frequent, locals, and you guys will soon see why. Also, the Minnesota Valley Trail goes through here also. So we're coming up to our first view of the falls, and you can hear it running. And Minneopa Creek, I believe, is what it is. And I hit the brake of the stroller on accident. Here we are. It's an old stone bridge, that would appear. And there's two sets of waterfalls here. This one right here. And the one that we cannot yet see, if you're looking this direction, that goes downward from the upper falls. Large rock face there. But that's a cool upper falls right there, and Ash is going to go feel the water. We'll get some shorts here too for you guys. And we can walk basically right up to it here. There you have it, friends. Minneopa Falls. This is the upper falls. You can see going under the bridge there. Baby Shar hanging out in the stroller there. Let's do a water temperature check, eh? Pretty clear water, and it's moving swiftly, so it's a good temperature since it's been so warm recently. And soon we'll show you the other falls. And there, friends, is the lower falls. That's quite a drop right there. That's beautiful. Minneopa Falls once again. A little bit of everything at this scenic Minnesota State Park. Cool rock face. You can tell people frequently walk down there as well. Baby Charlotte's waiting for me. You can see it is kind of a valley down there. Not so much at this exact angle, but you can see straight down. It's almost where you can see both. Almost where you can see both falls. Oh, I guess you can right there. Cool. Very cool location. One of the spots you got to do if you're in the Mankato area. Definitely worth a visit. So the trail to actually go down to the creek this way is currently closed for whatever reason. I'm guessing there's some rock cave-ins, or the stairs aren't in great shape into the rock face. So there's something that goes off to the left. I'm curious if you can get down there another way. I'll look for you here in a second, but they have it gated off. Probably for good reason. We can't really see what's down there so well. Maybe there's falling rock from the side. It's hard to tell. I just wonder. There was a sign over here, so I'm curious what that says. We can go over and look. I mean, you can see a bridge down there that goes over the creek. So I'm curious. You see that? I see that bridge right down there. I'm curious how folks are getting down there these days, or if they're just not. It's possible, or if there's some kind of a detour happening because of the trail closure. There's some more information about the Minneopa Creek and its watershed. It talks about the sediment, the nutrients in the water, nitrogen and phosphorus are often found, and then some information about Minneopa Falls, a changing cascade. If you guys are interested in any of that information, feel free to pause. Zoom in on it a little bit better for you here. And I'd just like to see with Winston real quick if you can walk along the creek over here. There's the upper falls once again. And it doesn't really look like you can go too far to sit on the banks of the Minneopa Creek here, but you could real briefly step down here. I know Winston hears some dogs barking. Not a lot of an area to visit, but nonetheless, still a really cool adventure. I'll have some shorts for you guys as well. We're still going to check out the city of Mankato as well. I'll look and see if I can find the Minnesota Valley Trail, Minnesota River Valley Trail. But as of right now, I'm not seeing it anywhere. But it's nice sometimes just to sit and watch the water flow. Hope you all have enjoyed this as much as we have. It's a cool trail, cool area, both the Bison and waterfall area. Back with some more wildflowers over here. Some purples. And Ash and Baby Char right there.
Wave.
Hi. Say hi. Yeah.
Good job.
That's a good girl.
Yeah.
One more view here on the bridge, looking out. This is the lower falls. You can see the water swiftly moving. Standing on the old stone or concrete bridge here, whichever it is. Water's clear right here, and then it goes into a more cloudy pattern at the bottom, of course, with the turbulence. And then, of course, one more look at the upper falls. What a sight. Here we've already walked in the Bison Prairie. We've already had quite an adventure here at Minneopa State Park. I'm going to look for the Minnesota River Valley Trail. That would be quite the end to a beautiful day. Wonderful rock formations, great wildflowers. I'm glad you all were here to see it with us. Have plenty of adventures coming up, friends. Can't wait to share them all with you. Another great Minnesota State Park. And there's Ash as we've reached the South Route Trail. We'll see exactly what this is. Probably not going to go a long distance on this just because we want to get back to Mankato and eat and explore before we head home. So there'll be a little bit of both city exploring and parks in this video for you guys. Very forested in this section. Ash has got Winston. I've got Baby Char. Looks like some extra water flow over to our right, whereas it's mostly dried up. But the Minnesota River Valley runs through this area, and there's lots of trails for bicyclists, and it's a very scenic area, on top of there being the scenic Minneopa State Park that we've been exploring with you today. You can see there's not a lot of moisture down there. This is a cool spot though. I'm happy that we've got to explore it and share it with you. I have some other places that I'd like to look at before the summer is over with all the kids, or with just the three of us potentially. But Ash and I are always on the adventure trail. The other state park in Minnesota that I'm really looking forward to, and this is a little closer to home, is called Whitewater State Park. And that's by Winona. So it's slightly closer to home than we are here. Beautiful monarch butterfly right there. Sitting right on the trail. Wow. And off our friend goes on its next journey. We've enjoyed our time today. Ash was picking wildflowers and she put one in her hair. And eventually we'll be able to look back on these adventures and come up with a list probably for you of state parks that we've been to in these states. Minnesota, Wisconsin, Iowa at some point. Be able to curate a list for you. Not much along this way, friends. It brought us right next to one of the highways. So I think we'll turn around, get in the car, get a bite to eat, and explore Mankato a little bit. All right. Not really any reason Ash or I see to go forward there when we can explore the city. Now we're both hungry, so we'll continue on and let you know what we find. We didn't want to go too far on this route anyway because we've been walking quite a bit today already. But if there was some amazing view or something up here, by all means we would have gone and seen it, but not anything that we couldn't live without doing up here on the South Route Trail. So on to the next adventure. Back on the road, friends. We head to Mankato. And to get some lunch. We're just going to be real basic and have Taco John's today. And then we'll explore a little bit of Mankato, and then that will be our adventure for today. Don't worry though, we'll already start planning our next one. We're always adventuring around and trying to do new things, go to new places. There's always lots to do for the Whitcombs. I hope you all enjoyed this today. It's a great adventure. Oh, we've got more coming soon. So we made it to Mankato at our Taco John's. And now we're looking at the Minnesota River here in Riverfront Park. And in Mankato, the confluence of the Minnesota and Blue Earth rivers happens. So you can look on and see the Minnesota River. And not like a bustling skyline or anything here in Mankato, but we'll drive around just a little bit and share the views with you guys and share the sights. I want to see what this trail sign says up here, but it's a very nice day. It's 74 degrees here. Couldn't ask for better conditions for a July day where we are. And there's an old rail car here. Mankato, North Mankato, Partners in Progress. That's pretty cool. Mankato and North Mankato together. Cities of about 58,000 when you put them together. The county seat of Blue Earth County, Minnesota, and is the home to Minnesota State University. The Vetterstone Amphitheater is right over here to our right. They have tickets and that sort of thing over there. But that is Riverfront Park minus the closures that they have right now. I have a nice little welcome to Riverfront Park sign right there. We'll see what else we can find. Some cool murals here, and this looks like the historic downtown area of Mankato. We're just going to drive around real quickly and then we will call it a day, friends. So some older buildings down here: Superior School of Driving, River City Quilts, Minnesota Iron and Metal Company, older building, tobacco shops. But it is definitely an older, architecturally speaking, area. The Crystal Store, the Coffee Hag, and the Sakata State Trail runs through here as well. I thought it was really interesting. There's a lot of history in this city related to the Dakota Wars with the Native Americans, and they have some different things around the community in relation to that, including this big bison that is up here on the right there. Very large bison sculpture. And that's a cool mural as well. It looks like the old train station almost, the Mankato station. It's an older building. I don't know what else we have this way. We're not going to spend a whole lot of time here exploring or anything, because we are going to head home. But it seems like a decent little city of about 58,000 when you consider North Mankato as well. Some newer buildings also. Jersey Mike's has a little blow up out there.
It's waving.
It's waving us in. But Minnesota State University is here. Is there anybody to our left?
Yes.
Oh, I was going to say we could go look at the campus. See if there's anything else we can find in this town just from a driving perspective. There's our good friend Sonia's Dunkin' Donuts right next to us. Some more shops and stuff. A bookstore. It is nice down here. Union Market. It's a stone stone company in there. I wonder if we turn right here, what we would find. That does look like that might be where the campus would be up there. South Street Saloon with some people out there. But it's off season for college right now. Otherwise, I'm sure this town is probably quite flooded with college students throughout the year. Throughout the school year. I've never encountered Minnesota State University before, so I don't really know. There's an old tower over there of some kind to our left. Maybe we gotta go left. And a red light anyways. But some older nice houses in this area as well. We'll see what's over here. Look at this cool building right here. The Blue Earth County Courthouse.
See, I was right.
Ash knew what she was talking about. It's got an old clock tower up there.
The hospital right there.
We had a great day today. I think that the Bison Prairie, honestly, was probably my favorite part about it. I don't know, just that being out and walking in that prairie really brought me some peace today. And, you know, we didn't even really get to see the bison. They were really back by their habitat in the back corner. But I felt like the Bison Prairie was my favorite part of that park. And the Minnesota Valley State Trail system does run through there, and I think that's that trail that we were on at the end, but it really didn't amount to anything either. So what did you think of the day, dear?
It was fun.
You like
the flowers?
Yeah, she was picking wildflowers, and we were having a good time. I mean, we had a great time exploring and the waterfalls and everything. But as we leave Mankato today, friends, we want to say thank you for all the support, and we're on the grind to 1,500 subscribers now, and we appreciate each and every single one of you for your support, you know, and being here and not going anywhere during our hiatus that we unfortunately had to take. But we're here, we're back, we're excited to continue to produce content for all of you. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. We have a lot more coming for you guys. I can't wait to share more adventures. And just thank you for all of us. Winston's back there behind me. For Winston, for the kiddos, Charlotte's in the back sleeping. For Ash, I don't know if she wants to say goodbye to you.
See you in the next one.
We'll see you on our next adventure, because every trip tells our story. And we have some stories every single time we do something. So I'm Brandon, and we'll catch you on our next adventure.